Today, I'm going to give a brief guide to thesis writing. Guide to a thesis presentation. If you follow this guide, it will help you to conduct your research and present the result of the research appropriately. If you have defined your topic, that's the first thing. The topic will be X, Y, Z. Then, when you have that topic, the next thing you do, you have to go and look for literatures that are related to XYZ. That is what the earlier researchers have done, which are related to what you have. That is literature review. You review the related literature, and while reviewing it, you pay particular attention to gaps in what they did. That's the area, the things you feel they're supposed to have brought out, but they didn't. The areas you feel they should have covered, they're supposed to cover, which they did not cover. So you put in gaps. And because these gaps will create gap in knowledge that won't be followed through completely. So you identify them in literature. And also identify the methods, their procedures, the procedures they use in doing what they did. So identify them, note them at the back of your mind. Then, after getting all this, you come to your own work now. In your work, which is the introduction, that's the first aspect. This is when you are doing reporting. And under this introduction, that will tell us about the objectives. You tell us about your scope, the scope of the work. You will tell us about the justification, of the work, why you are doing the work. What will be the benefits of the work? What will the work address after you have finished? You tell us all this. That is under introduction. So now, after that, you come. My interest here now is the objectives. So you come here, this is your objective. I want to prepare a chart, a table, guide you. These are the objectives. After the objectives, you can have objective 1, objective 2, objective 3, etc. Depending on the topic you have. After listing your objectives, I will take you now to materials and methods. Materials and methods. These materials and methods here now, you talk about, this will include the experimental procedures. Experimental procedures. The procedures you will use to achieve these objectives. So, in other words, materials and methods means the actions taken in order to achieve the set out objectives. So if you have the materials, the instrumentation, the things you use to carry out these actions. So that's what is contained in the materials and methods. That's actions taken. Actions taken to achieve your set out objectives. That's what is contained under materials and methods. In fact, under this also, you will tell us what you will use to do your analysis. You will incorporate your analysis under materials and methods. Could be physical observations, could be measurements, it could be statistical analysis. All these should be contained under your materials and methods. So after the materials and methods, the next step will be your results. Results presentation. The result means what did I get after carrying out all these actions here? What was the outcome of the result of these actions? So there are your results. Outcome of the materials and methods. Which is experimental procedures and so on. What did I get after doing all this? That is what constitutes your results. And note, when presenting this or when doing this, you must follow sequential your objectives, which you have set out earlier. Don't jump anyone, because at the end of the work, you will see whether you have achieved them or not. So you follow them sequentially under your materials and method. What will I do to achieve objective one? Or what did I do to achieve objective two? And so on. Then in the result, you present them like that. Your results should tally with your objectives. What did you get? Outcome of the materials and method. So you put them down. After that, you come to the next step, which is discussion. Under discussion, this is very, very important. Discussion. Now, one, what can you say concerning your results? What can you say concerning your results you obtained after doing this, which is based on this? So your discussion, what did you get? Then, and also, when doing it, you note, how did my result agree or disagree with earlier researchers? Did my what I get agree with them? Is it in line with what people have done in the past? Or it's not in line? If it is in line, good. If it is not in line, still good. Because you have to say this, there is disparity from the earlier researchers because of which may be as a result of so. So you make input, make suggestions why your results differ from others. Then you also tell us the implication. The first one I was saying, you note whether it agrees or disagrees with earlier researchers. Then the second, the implications of this result. What is this result showing? It's showing that so thing or so thing. So you have to get it. And also, under your discussion, you can highlight some of the gaps you have covered based on your literature review. The gaps you identify. Now, your own research work has covered, has taken care of this, taken care of this, taken care of that. So you have to note it. And as you are presenting, you will note how this is taking or is covering your objectives. Because your discussions will also address your objectives. Then, your discussion must add to knowledge. Your discussion must add to knowledge. So that the knowledge gaps must be filled by your own results, by your discussions, which you will tell people. So, there is a chain linking all of them. And if you don't follow that chain, at the end of the day, your work may not look nice. And after that, you come to your conclusion. And in your conclusion, just a brief summary of all that you have done and all that you have achieved. All you have achieved. If this has addressed this, well, good. If it has not, you can still make a suggestion for further work or based on the areas we did not cover. So in your thesis as a guide to your presentation to your work, always bear your objectives in mind and any actions, you know the actions you will take to cover each objective. What did I get after taking the action? What can I say about my result? How it relates, how it agrees or disagrees with earlier researchers, earlier results. So when you are putting all these things together, following each other, you're on the right track, so that you will not have, you will not be confused along the way, or your work will not be thrown out. So if you do it like that, at the end of the day, you see that this as your findings and the discussions would have addressed the need for your classification, the reason why you embarked on such research. Because if it doesn't address it, then you may have wasted your time or you may have not done adequate work. Thank you so much.